Concrete highway limits have completely dissolved to loose and bleeding clay. Where the ancient timber fence posts are drinking up the heat of a dying day. I left my heavy leather baggage resting by the state line toll booth rack, shaking off the mechanical handcuffs of a city turned completely pale. I didn't bring any atomic tracking device, didn't want the navigation glare. To break the fragile patterns of a ghost that isn't standing there. But the soles of my shoes are caked in a thick Mohave gold design, shattering the digital borders of this broken, ticking clock of mine. Because when the artificial starlight decides to crack and bleed, citizens of the wilderness discover exactly what they need. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long, and I'm tracking dusty boots and forever promises tonight, mashing through the static under the sober crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. Just moving to the current where the horizon meets the pie. It's an unwritten soundtrack in a breathtakingly wild space. Stamping out my salvation right inside this open space. The alkaline powder is dancing in the slanting golden hour glare, as the evening wind comes screaming rhythmically through my tangled hair. I tried to keep my steering locked inside a sensible, guarded lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. An automated world keeps telling me I'm running out of time, but the gravel is rolling smoothly and I'm stubborn in my my prime. Every single step I take across this cracked and weeping floor is drawing out the footprints of the promises we swore. Kick the dust, let the iron hit the stone. Walk it out. We don't need no telephone. An explosive blazing electric slide solo breaks open the center mix, screaming with wild string bands. And I'm tracking dusty boots and forever promises tonight. Smashing through the static under the silver crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The dark turns cold, the landscape opens wide. The dawn is breaking yellow. I crossed the world for this. The digital wristwatch is resting face down in the bedroom drawer. And the concrete highway traffic doesn't rattle the windows anymore. I'm sitting cross-legged right on the cool timber kitchen sill, watching a wash of deep indigo light spill over the valley hill. The automated world has turned its clinical sirens down. Leaving a rare little window for the silence to claim the town. You told a classic black lighter disc from its faded paper sleeve, and pointed to the velvet rhythms that the turntable began to weave. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its tracking line, the ancient human frequencies are the first things to beautifully realign. Out here above the pavement, the atmosphere is clean and clear. And we were hearts that danced beneath the vinyl moon tonight, spinning a groove completely out of the blurry street lamp white. just moving to the cadence where your rhythm locks with mine. It's an handwritten soundtrack in a beautifully slow grace, building our salvation right inside this revolving space. The spiral ridges on the plastic are catching a slanting gold glare, reflecting off the dark wood and your tangled sunlit hair. I tried to keep my thoughts inside a cautious, guarded lane. But found my stubborn spirit loved the freedom of the plain. Automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray. Welcoming the total lawlessness of a beautiful today. No rigid rules across the borders, no metrics left to trace. Just listening to the 45 RPM need erase the numbers on your face. Let's rub the red-haired spin. Let the watercolor music completely flood the scene. Unwind the springs. We don't need no ordinary green. And Solo takes center stage, full of warm space and natural wood. And we were hearts that danced beneath the vinyl moon tonight, spinning a groove completely out of the blurry street lamp white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The song hits the center run-out groove. The needle clicks back and forth. The room goes still. Just let it spin. I left my heavy leather boots by the rustic county gate and threw my digital maps away to renegotiate my fate. The concrete limits of the city were a clinical gray cage pumping metrics down my throat, forcing me to turn the page. So I'm stepping out completely on this cracked and weeping clay, letting the briars and the dust wash the corporate stress away. The state line signpost is rotting slow against a cedar post, guarding the exact coordinates where we used to love the most. Because when the artificial twilight starts to fracture and decay, the gravel beneath your heels is the only thing that stays. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long, and I can feel that love still lies on the old country road tonight, smashing through the static under the silver crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the cadence where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a breathtakingly wild space, stamping out my freedom right inside this open space. The sap is dropping sticky from the overgrown willow tree, conducting all the secrets of the life we wanted to lead. I try to keep my footing where the deep ruts trace the ground, hoping an old-fashioned melody can pull my spirit off the ground. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, welcoming the total lawlessness of a beautiful unbothered scene. I haven't said your title out loud since the middle of July, but the wind through the tall grass keeps whispering your confession to the sky. Kick the dust, let the skin hit the floor, walk it out like they did in days before. And I can feel that love still lives on the old country road tonight, smashing through the static under the silver crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The dirt turns cold, the landscape opens wide. The dawn is breaking yellow. I can feel you here. The concrete limits of the highway are a dozen fields away. where the dust from the tractor paths is settling down to gray. We walk past the broken timber of the old abandoned loft, shaking off the heavy tracking rules that made the city soft. You pulled an extension cord across the weathered cedar beams, plugging in a single row of hanging amber gleams. And suddenly the spider webs turned to threads of silver wire, lifting the heavy curtains on our own private empire. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its track, the primary shades of life are the first things coming back. Out here on the timber floorboards, the atmosphere is perfectly clear. And we were trading old barn lights and young love nights tonight, shattering the static under the cobweb yellow-white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where your footprint used to align. It's an unwritten chapter and a beautifully slow grace, building our salvation right inside this wooden space. The tin roof overhead is popping from the day's leftover heat, matching the uneasy rhythm of the blood inside our feet. I try to find a navigation point inside your starry frame, but found the spinning planets had forgotten how to play the game. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my phone display, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet today. We carved our initialization right into the structural pine, marking the exact coordinates where your timeline locks with mine. Kick the dust, let the timber shake straight into the ground. Turn the page, we don't need to ever be found. And we were trading old barn lights and young love nights tonight, shattering the static under the cobweb yellow-white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The headlights outside pass by, the amber filament grows dim, the barn goes still. Hold on to the spark. The concrete limits of the city have gone completely fast asleep, leaving only the gravel trails and the heavy secrets that we keep. We're sitting on the tailgate of a rusted primary red truck, trading in the mechanical chaos for a little bit of country luck. You pulled a classic silver flask from your denim jacket pocket and let the burning liquid drop like a tiny midnight rocket. The automated world has lost its tracking signal on this frame, leaving only the glowing dashboard and the cadence of your name. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its line, the ancient human frequencies are the first things to come by. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold us long, and we are sweethearts beneath the southern stars tonight, spinning a slow motion dance beneath the cosmic silver white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a beautifully slow grace, claiming our salvation right inside this open space. The constellations above us are catching a violent glowing flare, reflecting off the dark clay and your tangled wind-blown hair. I tried to keep my thoughts inside a cautious, guarded lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. The automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet, unbothered today. No rigid rules across the borders, no metrics left to trace, just watching the starlight erase the numbers on your face. Spin around, let the vintage color completely flood the scene. Don't look back, we don't need no ordinary green. And we are sweethearts beneath the southern stars tonight, spinning a slow motion dance beneath the cosmic silver white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The moon slips past the ridge, the evening air turns cool, the tailgate grows cold. Stay right here in the gold. The concrete limits of the highway are a dozen fields away, where the dust from the tractor pass is settling down to gray. We walk past the broken timber of the old abandoned loft, shaking off the heavy tracking rules that made the city soft. We pulled an extension cord across the weathered cedar beams, plugging in a single row of hanging amber gleams. And suddenly the spider webs turned to threads of silver wire, lifting the heavy curtains on our own private empire. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its track, the primary shades of life are the first things coming back. Out here on the timber floorboards, the atmosphere is perfectly clear, and we were trading old barn lights and young love nights tonight, shattering the static under the cobweb yellow white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where your footprint used to align. It's an unwritten chapter and a beautifully slow grace, building our salvation right inside this wooden space. The tin roof overhead is popping from the day's leftover heat, matching the uneasy rhythm of the blood inside our feet. I try to find a navigation point inside your starry frame, but found the spinning planets had forgotten how to play the game. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my phone display, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet today. We carved our initialization right into the structural pine, marking the exact coordinates where your timeline locks with mine. Kick the dust, let the timber shake straight into the ground. Turn the page, we don't need to ever be found. And we were trading old barn lights and young love nights tonight, shattering static under the cobweb yellow white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The headlights outside pass by, the amber filament grows dim, the barn goes still. Hold on to the spark.
Concrete limits of the daytime are beginning to dissolve. As the midnight heavy curtains turn and slowly start to revolve, a Look down at my phone where the timestamp starts to fade. Watching the total destruction of the promises we made. As to there we were a castle built of concrete and iron vows, believing that the universe would mirror all our nows. But the server went to black when the clock struck 9:30 and left us drifting blindly out of ticking human time. Because when the subconscious grid decides to tilt and fade, the hardest part is chasing down the coordinates that we made. All here in the static, the landscape shifts too fast, and I am walking into where yesterday's love still sings tonight. Washing your silhouette right out of the blurry neon white. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design. Just reaching for the frequency where your signal used to align. It's a recurring tragedy and a terrifyingly slow chase, droning in the ghost of you inside this shifting space. There was no sudden screaming, no slamming of the wooden door. Just a master class in acting like we don't care anymore. I watched the daylight break across your vacant wooden chair, broaching out the primary colors that we used to share. Automated notifications keep sleeping on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet today. We practiced being lonely until we turned it to an art, and learned the exact coordinates to shield a broken heart. Don't wake me up. Let the timeline completely fracture and break. Stay right here. I will rewrite the fantasy for your sake. Automated notifications keep sleeping on the train. Welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet today. We practiced being lonely until we turned it to an art. And learn the exact coordinates to shield a broken heart. Don't wake me up. Let the timeline completely fracture and break. Stay right here. I will rewrite the fantasy for your sake.
The concrete limits of the city are 100 miles behind, as the gravel road twists upward through the borders of my mind. I spent too many seasons counting down a clinical gray clock, living like an anonymous shadow inside a corporate concrete block. But the high beam headlights are cutting through the slanting twilight haze, shaking off the frozen armor of my solitary days. I pull into the driveway where the weeds have overgrown the track, realizing there's a critical failure if I ever try to turn back. Because when the physical presence of the world decides to run, the dark angles of the house show what cannot be undone. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long. And I can see the porch light. Never forgot our song tonight, flickering its amber beam beneath the crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where your footprint used to align. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a beautifully slow grace. The yellow-hearted bulb is buzzing with a low familiar drone, matching the frantic rhythm of a traveler left completely alone. I look up at the screen door where the latch is turning red, bringing back a sudden rush of every word we never said. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, warding all the metrics of a distant, unbothered scene. I haven't said your title out loud since the middle of July, but this going cow for filament keeps shouting your goodbye. Crank the knob, let the vintage color flood the scene. Shout it out, we don't need no ordinary green. And I can see the porch light never forgot our song tonight,
flickering its amber beam beneath the crescent white.
I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where your footprint used to align. The moon slips past the roof, the evening air turns cool, the rocker stays still. It's still burning for us. Heavy midnight silence.
Dashboard dials are flickering in a violent shade of green, casting an uneasy light across our final highway scene. I try to watch your eyes through the slanting high beam glare, but found your stubborn gaze was completely empty of care. You had your collar turned up tight against the midnight freeze, dropping words that brought my stubborn posture straight to its knees. The dashboard of reality is throwing a violent shade of blue, flashing out the primary colors that we thought were true. Because when the barometric pressure drops down to the floor, the calculations of your heart don't add up anymore. Out here on the wet asphalt, the static is a dangerous tune. And the radio played our first goodbye tonight, searching out our history beneath the chemical glare white. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the loop where your signal tore from mine. It's an unwritten tragedy and a terrifyingly slow pace, rolling in the neon reflection inside this empty space. The antenna is vibrating in the high-speed midnight gale, conducting all the secrets that we left behind on the old trail. I tried to overwrite the logs with someone else's name, but found my stubborn spirit loved the format of your game. Automated notifications keep sleeping on the tray, welcoming the total coldness of a lonely today. 3 little gray dots never danced across your view, rehearsing the only narrative that could keep me close to you. Turn off the glare, let the frequencies completely fry. Format the drive, watch the present moment die. And the radio played our first goodbye to die, reaching out our history beneath the chemical glare white. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design. The signal begins to fade, the static takes the song, the dial goes blank. Nothing but white noise.
The concrete limits of the city have gone completely fast asleep, leaving only the yellow street lamps and the secrets that we keep. I'm standing in the center of our empty living room floor, watching the headlights throw long shadows underneath the wooden door. We used to map our futures in a rapid automated digital line, believing that our parallel tracks would permanently align. But the corporate calendar went to black when the clock struck 9:30, leaving our stubborn spirits beautifully outside of ticking human time. Because when a linear timeline decides to fracture and divide, the hardest part is looking at the half you leave inside. Out here in the quiet room, the margins are starting to slide, and we are moving to the slow dance that time. Remember tonight, playing our characters perfectly under the street lamp light. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design, just drifting through the static where your shadow walks with mine. It's an unwritten tragedy and a terrifyingly clean slate, drowning all our history right inside this frozen space. There was no sudden screaming, no slamming of the wooden door, just a master class in acting like we don't care anymore. The automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a lonely today. I try to touch your hand across the empty dust-covered frame, but my fingers just pass through the lines where I'd used to hide your name. We practiced being lonely until we turned it into
concrete limits of the city are 100 miles behind. As the gravel road twists upward through the borders of my mind, I spent too many seasons counting down a clinical gray clock, living like an enormous shadow inside a corporate concrete block. But the high beam headlights cutting through the slanting twilight haze, shaking off the frozen armor of my solitary days. I pull into the driveway where the weeds have overgrown the track, realizing there's a critical failure if I ever try to turn back. Because when the physical presence of the world decides to run, the dark angles of the house show what cannot be undone. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long, and I can see the porch light. Never forgot our song tonight, flickering its amber beam beneath the crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just move into the current where your footprint used to align. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a beautifully slow grace, claiming my salvation right inside this open space. The yellow-hearted bulb is buzzing with a low, familiar drone, matching the frantic rhythm of a traveler left completely alone. I look up at the screen door where the latch is turning red, bringing back a sudden rush of every word we never said. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, warding all the metrics of a distant, unbothered scene. I haven't said your title out loud since the middle of July, but this glowing copper filament keeps shouting your goodbye. Crank the knob, let the vintage color flood the scene. Shout it out, we don't need no ordinary green. And I can see the porch light, never forgot our song tonight, flickering its amber beam beneath the crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The moon slips past the roof, the evening air turns cool, the rocker stays still. It's still burning for us.
The dashboard dials are flickering in a violent shade of green, casting an uneasy light across our final highway scene. I try to watch your eyes through the slanting high beam glare, but found your stubborn gaze was completely empty of care. You had your collar turned up tight against the midnight freeze, dropping words that brought my stubborn posture straight to its knees. The dashboard of reality is throwing a violent shade of blue, dashing out the primary colors that we thought were true. Because when the barometric pressure drops down to the floor, the calculations of your heart don't add up anymore. Out here on the wet asphalt, the static is a dangerous tool. And the radio played our first goodbye tonight, bleaching out our history beneath the chemical glare white. Can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the loop where your signal tore from mine. It's an unwritten tragedy and a terrifyingly slow pace. Droning in the neon reflection inside this empty space. The antennas vibrating in the high-speed midnight bay, conducting all the secrets that we left behind on the old trail. I tried to overwrite the logs with someone else's name, but found my stubborn spirit loved the format of your game. The automated notifications keep sleeping on the tray, welcoming the total coldness of a lonely today. 3 little gray dots never danced across your view, erasing the only narrative that could keep me close to you. Turn off the grind, let the frequencies completely fry. Format the drive, watch the present moment die. And the radio played our first goodbye tonight, reaching out our history beneath the chemical glare white. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design. The signal begins to fade, the static takes the song, the dial goes blank, nothing but white noise.
fast asleep, leaving only the yellow street lamps and the secrets that we keep. I'm standing in the center of our empty living room floor, watching the headlights throw long shadows underneath the wooden door. We used to map our futures in a rapid automated digital line, believing that our parallel tracks would permanently align. But the corporate calendar went to black when the clock struck 9:30, leaving our stubborn spirits beautifully outside of ticking human time. Because when a linear timeline decides to fracture and divide, the hardest part is looking at the half you leave inside. Out here in the quiet room, the margins are starting to slide. We're moving to the slow dance, the time remembered tonight, playing our characters perfectly under the street lamp. Why I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design. Just drifting through the static where your shadow locked with mine. It's an unwritten tragedy and a terrifyingly clean slate, drowning all our history right inside this frozen space. There was no sudden screaming, no slamming of the wooden door, just a masterclass in acting like we don't care anymore. The automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a lonely today. I try to touch your hand across the empty dust-covered frame, but my fingers just pass through the lines where I used to hide your name. We practiced being lonely until we turned it into a fine art and learned the exact coordinates to shield a broken design. The headlights outside pass by, the shapes on the wall stretch thin, the record hits the center groove. One last step.
The digital wristwatch is resting face down in the bedroom drawer, and the concrete highway traffic doesn't rattle the windows anymore. I'm sitting cross-legged right on the cool timber kitchen sill, watching a wash of deep indigo light spill over the valley hill. The automated world has turned its clinical sirens down,
leaving a rare little window for the silence to claim the town. You pulled a classic black lacquer disc from its faded papered sleeve and pointed to the velvet rhythms that the turntable began to weave. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its tracking line, ancient human frequencies are the first things to beautifully realign. Out here above the pavement, the atmosphere is clean and clear. And we were hearts that danced beneath the vinyl moon tonight, spinning a groove completely out of the blurry street lamp white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the cadence where your rhythm locks with mine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a beautifully slow grace filled in our audition right inside this revolving space. The spiral ridges on the plastic are catching a slanting gold glare, reflecting off the dark wood and your tangled sunlit hair. I tried to keep my thoughts inside a cautious, guarded lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the freedom of the plane. Automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray, well, to mean the total lawlessness of a beautiful today. No rigid rules across the borders, no metrics left to trace, just listening to the 45 RPM needle erase the numbers on your face. Let the record spin, let the watercolor music completely flood the scene. Unwind the springs, we don't need no ordinary green. And we were hearts that danced beneath the vinyl moon tonight, spinning a groove completely out of the blurry street lamp white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The song hits the center run-out groove. The needle clicks back and forth. The room goes still. Just let it spin. Concrete limits of the city are 100 miles behind, as the gravel road twists upward
through the borders of my mind. I spent too many seasons counting down a clinical gray clock, living like an anonymous shadow inside a corporate concrete block. But the oil tank is full and the navigation is turned off, shaking off the frozen armor of a long and bitter cough. I hit the state line marker where the asphalt starts to crack, and look out at the open pastures stretching forward with no turning back. Because when the road splits wide open under a shifting sky, the ghosts of your old tragedies don't even try to reply. Out here on the blacktop, the engine is a beautiful cry. Back when country love was golden tonight, bursting through the static under the sunset light white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the cadence where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten chapter in a breathtakingly wild space, chasing down my salvation right inside this open space. The dashboard dust is dancing in the golden hour glare as the evening breeze comes screaming violently through my hair. I tried to keep my steering locked inside a sensible, safe lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, guarding all the metrics of the places where we've been. No matter how the grid tries to calculate my speed, the gust across the windshield shows exactly what I need. Roll the glass, let the midnight wind flood the floor, floor the gas like we never did before. Back when country love was golden tonight, bursting through the static under the sunset light white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The headlights catch the pine trees, the landscape opens wide. The dawn is breaking yellow, I can still see your laughter in the air. The concrete limits of the city have gone completely fast asleep, leaving only the gravel trails and the heavy secrets that we keep.
We're sitting on the tailgate of a rusted primary red truck, trading in the mechanical chaos for a little bit of country luck. You pulled a classic silver flask from your denim jacket pocket and let the burning liquid drop like a tiny midnight rocket. The automated world has lost its tracking signal on this frame, leaving only the glowing dashboard and the cadence of your name. Because when the corporate calendar decides to lose its line, the ancient human frequencies are the first things to come by. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold us long, and we are sweethearts beneath the southern stars tonight, spinning a slow motion dance beneath the cosmic silver white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a beautifully slow grace, claiming our salvation right inside this open space. The constellations above us are catching a violent glowing flare, reflecting off the dark clay in your tangled, wind-blown hair. I tried to keep my thoughts inside a cautious, guarded lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. The automated notifications keep sleeping face down on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet, unbothered today. No rigid rules across the borders, no metrics left to trace, just watching the starlight erase the numbers on your face. Spin around, let the vintage color completely flood the scene. Don't look back, we don't need no ordinary green. And we are sweethearts beneath the southern stars tonight, spinning a slow motion dance beneath the cosmic silver white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The moon slips past the ridge, the evening air turns cool, the tailgate grows cold. Stay right here in the gold.
I left my heavy leather boots by the rusted county gate and threw my digital maps away to renegotiate my fate. The concrete limits of the city were a clinical gray cage, pumping metrics down my throat, forcing me to turn the page. So I'm stepping out completely on this cracked and weeping clay, letting the briars and the dust wash the corporate stress away. The state line signpost is rotting slow against a cedar post, guarding the exact coordinates where we used to love the most. Because when the artificial twilight starts to fracture and decay, the gravel beneath your heels is the only thing that stays. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long, and I can feel that love still lies on the old country road tonight, smashing through the static under the silver crescent wide. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the cadence where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a breathtakingly wild space, stamping out my freedom right inside of this open space. The sap is dropping sticky from the overgrown willow tree, conducting all the secrets of the life we wanted to lead. I try to keep my footing where the deep ruts trace the ground, hoping an old-fashioned melody can pull my spirit off the ground. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, welcoming the total lawlessness of a beautiful unbothered scene. I haven't said your title out loud since the middle of July, but the wind through the tall grass keeps whispering your confession to the sky. Kick the dust, let the skin hit the floor, walk it out like they did in days before. And I can feel that love still lies on the old country road tonight, smashing through the static under the silver crescent wide. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. The dirt turns cold, the landscape opens wide, the dawn is breaking yellow. I can feel you here.
The concrete highway limits have completely dissolved to lose and bleed in clay.
where the ancient timber fence posts are drinking up the heat of a dying day. I left my heavy leather baggage resting by the state line toll booth rail, shaking off the mechanical handcuffs of a city turned completely pale. Then bring an electronic tracking device, didn't want the navigation glare. Trade break the fragile patterns of a ghost that isn't standing there. But the soles of my shoes are caked in a thick Mojave gold design, shattering the digital borders of this broken, ticking clock of mine. Because when the artificial twilight decides to crack and bleed, the citizens of the wilderness discover exactly what they need. Out here on the perimeter, the blacktop can't hold me long. And I'm tracking dusty boots and forever promises tonight, smashing under the silver crescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the current where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten soundtrack and a breathtakingly wild space, stamping out my salvation right inside this open space. The alkaline powder is dancing in the slanting golden hour glare, as the evening wind comes screaming violently through my tangled hair. I tried to keep my steering locked inside a sensible, guarded lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. But the gravel is rolling smoothly and I'm stubborn in my pride. Every single step I take across this cracked and weeping floor, as drawing out the footprints of the promises we swore.
The finger picking stops, the music swells dramatically, and basically a folk style.
Kick the dust, let the iron hit the stone, walk it out, we don't need no telephone.
An explosive blazing electric slide, solo be so
iridescent white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design. Just moving to the current where the horizon meets the pine. The dirt turns cold, a wing stain opens wide. The dawn is breaking yellow.
I crossed the world for this.
One, two, three, go. The concrete limits of the city are 100 miles behind, as the gravel road twists upward through the borders of my mind. I spent too many seasons counting down a clinical gray clock, living like an anonymous shadow inside a corporate concrete block. But the oil tank is full and the navigation is turned off, shaking off the frozen armor of a long and bitter cough. I hit the state line marker where the asphalt starts to crack, and look out at the open pastures stretching forward with no turning back. Because when the road splits wide open under a shifting sky, the ghosts of your old tragedies don't even try to reply. Out here on the blacktop, the engine is a beautiful cry. Backcountry love was golden tonight, bursting through the static under the sunset light white. I can't see the runway, can't touch the clock's design, just moving to the cadence where the horizon meets the pine. It's an unwritten chapter and a breathtakingly wild space, chasing down my salvation right inside this open space. The dashboard dust is dancing in the golden hour glare as the evening breeze comes screaming violently through my hair. I tried to keep my steering locked inside a sensible, safe lane, but found my stubborn spirit loved the danger and the strain. The automated notifications keep sleeping on my device screen, guarding all the metrics of the places where we've been. No matter how the grid tries to calculate my speed, the gust across the windshield shows exactly what I need. Roll the glass, let the midnight wind flood the floor, floor the gas like we never did before. When country love was golden tonight, bursting through the stairs
headlights catch the pine trees, the landscape opens wide. The dawn is breaking yellow. I can still see your laughter in the air.
1, 2, 3, go! The concrete limits of the daytime are beginning to dissolve as the midnight heavy curtains turn and slowly start to revolve. I look down at my phone where the timestamp starts to fade, watching the total destruction of the promises we made. Listed there we were a castle built of concrete and iron vows, believing that the universe would mirror all our nows. But the server went to black when the clock struck 9:30 and left us drifting blindly out of ticking human time. 'Cause when the subconscious grid decides to tilt and fade, the hardest part is chasing down the coordinates that we made. Out here in the static, the landscape shifts too fast, and I am walking into where yesterday's love still sings tonight. Washing your silhouette right out of the blurry neon white. I can't see the highway, can't touch the clock's design, just reaching for the frequency where your signal used to align. It's a reoccurring tragedy and a terrifyingly slow chase, droning in the ghost of you inside this shifting space. There was no sudden screaming, no slamming of the wooden door, just a master class in acting like we don't care anymore. I watched the daylight break across your vacant wooden chair, bleaching out the primary colors that we used to share. Automated notifications keep sleeping on the tray, welcoming the total lawlessness of a quiet today. We practiced being lonely until we turned it to an art, and I learned the exact coordinates to shield a broken heart. Don't wake me up, let the timeline completely fracture and break. Stay right here, I will rewrite the fantasy for your sake. I can still hear the melody, and I am walking into where yesterday's love still sings tonight. Washing your silhouette right out of the blurry neon clock's designed, just reaching for the frequency where your signal used to align. It's a reoccurring tragedy and a terrifyingly slow chase, droning in the ghost of you inside this shifting space. A display goes dark. The room stays still. The air is completely frozen. I can still hear the melody of every